Mickey 17. Mickey 17 is the new what's his name? Robert Pattinson film, starring Robert Pattinson, starring Stephen Yeun, starring Mark Ruffalo, starring a whole host of actors. And of course, there's going to be a whole host of great actors in this film because the film is directed by Bong Joon-ho. Now, Bong Joon-ho, um, quite frankly, made one of the best films of the past, like, 10 years with Parasite. Parasite was a fucking incredible film. He has you in the palm of his hand in that film, and you're just like, this, this is stellar filmmaking, all basically set in a house, and it's all about the acting, and it's all about the surprises and the way the story develops and envelops you as an audience. Mickey 17, I guess he's shooting for a slightly different stratosphere because this is obviously a very big budget film. It's all set in like space, on spaceships, there's aliens and stuff, and there's some terrific acting in this film. I have to say, Robert Pattinson, he plays two characters, and he's amazing in this film. He's really, really good. I'm just gonna, I guess, read the synopsis. It's Mickey 17, known as an expendable, goes on a dangerous journey to colonize an ice planet. So yeah, basically the conceit of the story. The interesting thing about this story is that Mickey needs to get on this spaceship, which is he's running away from some sort of gangsters, from some sort of detios, I guess, and he wants to get onto one of these these big spaceships that are going to go to another planet because that's pretty much as far away as he can get from these gangsters. But there's only like room enough on these spaceships for people who can contribute work and contribute different things to a civilization that they're going to begin. And he doesn't really have any discernible skills, but he decides to become an expendable. So an expendable is basically where they sort of they sort of copy your memory and copy your brain, copy everything, and they get your DNA, and they basically are able to copy you so that when you die, they basically print you out again. And why is this useful? Because going to different planets, you're going to need to have somebody who can die and come back, and they can do experiments on with different sort of the different sort of diseases that might be on the planet. It's like, yeah, we can give it all to Mickey. We'll see what happens when he dies. Then he can come back, print him out again, try again with different formulas and different things to try to keep him alive. And quite a horrific job, if I'm honest with you. You just spend your time dying a lot and then getting printed out. And they keep updating your memory bank as well, so you sort of remember everything as well. So a really interesting premise, this expendable idea, and we get to, it starts off with the first Mickey, I guess, the original Mickey, and the film sort of with us, we start off basically with Mickey 17. This is the 17th time. And he falls down some sort of canyon, and they're like, okay, well, he's about to die there. He's broken all his bones, and he's stuck in an ice cavern, and he's going to get eaten by aliens. And so they expect he's going to die. They wait like a day, and they go, okay, he must be dead. So they print him out again. However, Mickey 17 didn't die. He survived. The aliens sort of looked after him and brought him back home. And then Mickey meets himself. Mickey 17, I guess, meets Mickey 18, and they're like, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, it's illegal to have two people alive because of an old incident back in a few years ago. Like, they're just going to kill us both. So it's sort of that's where it starts to kick off. Now, in my opinion, great idea, complicated idea, fun idea to see play out. But it wasn't, the tone wasn't sort of manipulated with the sort of nimbleness of Parasites. It wasn't as agile as Parasite. It was kind of clunky. The messaging was kind of clunky. Um, Everything in it seemed like it was heading in a great direction, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the lack of constraint here might have been at the detriment of the film, if I'm honest with you, because the alien was a bit strange. Um, I wasn't totally on board with the alien, if I'm honest with you. I wasn't sure if what this alien kind of was, what the whole idea of what was the messaging in the end, what was the purpose of this. Um, I really felt like after the two Mickeys met, that it should be sort of about that, them trying to not be found out, but it really just glossed past that quite quickly, and we went on to aliens. Um, and firstly, just side point, if you're the species that is invading a planet, you're the alien. The aliens in this film aren't the aliens; they're the natural inhabitants of this planet. Like we're the aliens. Anyway, but that's by the by. But yeah, it just didn't. It misses the mark for me, honestly. Like the um the Parasite was such a human story, and it worked so well because it was so human, but kind of stylized in a strange sort of Korean filmmaking kind of way. This doesn't feel human. Like the humans barely feel human. The aliens aren't human. No one really feels that human in this film, if I'm honest with you. Um, Robert Pattinson does a terrific job of acting these two different Mickeys. They kind of have slightly different personalities. Different parts of their personality are like enhanced, I guess, whenever they get printed out. But yeah, just unfortunately, maybe my expectations are just way too high for a Bong Joon-ho film, because Parasite was just spectacular. Maybe I was setting myself up to be a little bit disappointed, but I was a little bit disappointed by the end of it. I mean, I feel like the setup was really, really good. I was really enjoying it for like a solid hour. And the last hour, I was just like, this is kind of silly. I'm not on board. But in the end, I would say it's still worth watching, if only for Robert Pattinson's fantastic tour de force acting. Someone said he needs to get nominated for an Oscar, maybe even nominated for an Oscar twice.